Welcome everyone to today's session. My name is Colleen. I am with Shine On Yoga. I have some animals running around, so we'll probably see them. Right now I have in here with me Samson. I'm going to say hello to everyone, Samson. Oh, and here comes everybody else. Possibly. We have Chai maybe coming in and a Fritz. So if you have any friends that want to join, they're more than welcome to, or any kids, that's perfectly fine as well. We are going to get started just nice and low to the mat. Today, the practice is very low to the mat. We will be moving, we will be stretching, but it's not going to be, we're not going to be standing up a whole lot. So if you would like to use any props, if those are already in your practice, I recommend blocks, bolsters, and blankets. If you don't have any of those things, don't worry, you don't necessarily need them. I'll give you some different options along the way as we go through the practice. So to start, we're just going to start out in a nice comfortable seat of your choice. We're going to just take a moment here to take a few breaths to set our pin for our practice today. So let's take some nice big inhales and exhales just on your own time. And as we are inhaling and exhaling, go ahead and drop those shoulders back and down. Loosen through the jaw, through the forehead. Let those shoulder blades melt down your back. If it feels safe, you can close down the eyes. If not, just soften the gaze. Sam, quit licking the floor. Sorry about that, guys. Samson, quit licking the floor. Sam! He is licking the floor. It's really bizarre. Let's take one more big inhale together. Exhale, let it go. If your eyes are closed, you can blink them open to the room around you. Welcome back. We're going to warm up our neck. We're going to take some just small neck circles. So I like to imagine there is a little like marker on the edge of my nose, and I'm just drawing a little circle. So I'm going to start very small, and then I'm going to grow that until it's bigger. So that way we're not tossing our head around, hurting our neck or anything like that. So nice big circles here eventually. And once you feel good one way, we're going to reverse it and go the opposite way. And I like to just bring those circles in towards center until they're just minuscule and you are back to where you started. So if your neck is feeling good, great. We are going to move down to our backs. Excuse me, Samson. Thank you for the slobber. All right, we're going to move down to our backs, feet bent, placed on the floor. And then go ahead and bring your feet together, super together. From here, we're going to let the knees fall to either side of the mat. Keep the soles of your feet glued together. We're coming into a reclined cobbler's pose. This is a nice big hip opener. Now, if this does not feel good on your knees, you can always take a block and put it underneath your knees just to bring the floor up to you for a little bit of added support. And if you don't have blocks or anything like that, just press your feet away from your center, and that's going to give you a little bit more space. So wherever you land, we're going to take a moment here just to breathe. Wherever you're at, go ahead and stretch one leg out far and away. I've got to move on my mat here, and then the other leg. So we're stretching our feet out. Go ahead and take your arms overhead. Nice big full body stretch. I don't quite have the room here to stretch my feet all the way out, but if you do, go ahead and do that. Nice, just big full body stretch. Feel that big reach. Breathe. Bye, Sam. And we'll go ahead and bring that all back into center. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a little hug. Take a moment here to breathe. Maybe rock back and forth on the back. And then once you feel good here, go ahead and place your left foot on the mat. We're going to stretch our right foot up. So just coming into a little bit of a hamstring stretch. Maybe you want to grab behind the thigh or the calf muscle. So choose your option, whatever feels good in your body. You're not necessarily trying to get this foot all the way down towards your face, but if it gets there, great. Take a moment here to breathe. If you'd like, while you're here, you can rotate the ankle one way, and then maybe the other way. Once you feel good there, go ahead and stretch that left leg out long and away if that feels good. If not, leave it on the mat. Take a few breaths here. When you're ready, we'll go ahead and set that left foot back on the mat. Take your right foot, go ahead and cross that over your left. Now maybe you stay there, or if you'd like to add a layer, we'll lift that left foot off the mat. And then if you'd like to add another layer, you can grab behind the thigh or above the shin, just bringing those knees in closer. You're going to feel a nice big stretch on that outer thigh and kind of glute muscle on the right side. Take a moment here just to breathe. Stretching out our legs. They do a whole lot for us. From here, I invite you to go ahead and release everything back down to the mat, feet flat on the mat. Take a moment, take a breath, compare both sides. And then we're going to do that same little thing on the other side. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and stretch our left foot up towards the sky. You can point and flex a few times if you'd like. And then you can grab behind the thigh or maybe the calf muscle, depending on your flexibility and where you're at today. Take a moment here just to breathe, feeling that nice big stretch in your hamstrings. From here, you can take some ankle circles if that feels good, going one way, and then maybe reversing it, going the opposite way. If you want a little more, you can stretch that right leg out and away, feeling a nice big stretch. From here, we'll replace our our right foot back on the mat. We'll go ahead and cross that left foot over the right. Again, you might want to stay here, or you can lift that right foot up. Maybe ground behind that right thigh or around that right shin. Take a moment here just to breathe. Feeling that nice big stretch. All right, when you're ready, we'll release that. Go ahead and bring both your feet into the mat. We're going to give ourselves another hug. And then we're going to have a little bit of fun with some rolling like a ball. So all you're going to do is just roll up and down the length of your spine. Now it might be easier to grab behind the thighs, or you can just grab around your shins. Whatever feels good to you. We're just going to rock and roll a few times. It's a nice little back massage. If this is not appropriate in your body, then go ahead and just come back up to a seated position, however that feels good to you to get there. When you're ready, we're going to go ahead and just sit up. Keep your feet on the mat. We're going to turn on our abs a little bit. We're going to go into a little boat pose. So feet on the mat, we're going to sit up nice and straight and tall, and maybe today you're just here. Just turning on those abs. If you'd like a little more, maybe you play with picking up one foot and then the other, still keeping length in your spine. Maybe you play with both feet. Maybe you let go. Maybe you lift those legs up to the sky. Again, keep length, keep your chest open, don't collapse. Breathe, shake. If this is not appropriate for your body, then go back to one of the other options that I showed you. Keep breathing. And we'll go ahead and let that go. Good job if you stayed with me. All right, from here we're going to go ahead and transition to kind of all fours. Once you get there, tuck those toes under and then walk your hands back. We're coming into a little squat. We're going to open up the hips a little bit more. So I'm going to turn to face you so you can see. So right now I'm up on my toes, my heels are up. You can be in this little froggy squat. If this is good in your body, it's perfectly fine. If you would like a little bit more, you can walk those feet out. I like to just kind of rock into it one way and then the other. If your feet come to the mat, great. If they don't, that's fine too. But if you are able to get your feet to the mat like I am, you can take your hands, place them in prayer, and just put them in between. Put those elbows against the inners of your thighs and just press away. So you have those two opposing forces. Your knees pressing into your arms pressing into your knees. That's really going to open up those hips. Keep your chest nice and lifted here. And again, if you're in that froggy squat with the heels up and your hands on the mat, that is perfectly fine too. This is no joke. So we're going to breathe here. Opening up those thighs, those hips. They get really tight. They store a lot of emotions. One more big inhale. Exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, we're going to make our way back into that tabletop position. So I'm just going to walk my feet back in. I'm going to turn back to the front of my mat here. And then you can just place one foot down and then the other. If you have a different way of getting there, go ahead. So for tabletop, we want to make sure our arms are underneath our shoulders, knees are underneath our hips, back nice and flat. Toes can be pressing against the mat or tucked, whatever feels good to you. We're going to do a little cat-cow just to get some spinal flexion in. So on your inhale, go ahead and drop those lower ribs. Lift your tail, lift your head, look forward. This is coming into cow pose. As we exhale, we're going to press away from the mat. Round through the spine. Tuck the tail, tuck the head, press away from the mat, coming into cat pose. Inhaling, dropping it into cow. Exhaling, rounding it up into cat. Let's go ahead and do one more round. After that round, we'll go ahead and bring that to stillness. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. We're going to go ahead and bring the right palm in towards the center line. So kind of underneath us here. On an inhale, we're going to lift our left arm up to the sky. And then as we exhale, we're going to take the left hand under the right hand, coming onto our left shoulder and ear for a little thread the needle. You're going to feel a nice big stretch to the back body. We have a chai cat, and there's a Fritz behind me too. We're going to breathe here. When you're ready, go ahead and press yourself back up. And we're going to go to the opposite side. So left hand comes in towards the center line. On an inhale, we'll reach our right arm up to the sky. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, we'll thread the needle, bringing the right arm under the left, coming in to rest on our right shoulder and ear. Take a few breaths here. Fritz, leave her alone. After a few breaths, we will return back to center. Go ahead, bring the knees in line with the hips. Look down at your hands. We're going to place our elbows where our hands were. And when you're ready, we're going to walk our hips back, our knees back. Let your head and chest melt to the floor as we come into a puppy pose, since we have Fritz in here now. And breathe. From here, go ahead and look forward. Walk those knees back in. Go ahead and bring them as wide as the mat again. Big toes to touch. Look forward. When you're ready, we'll sink those hips back. Let those arms stretch forward. Let your head and your heart melt down. We're going to come rest in a little extended child's pose. So take a moment here to breathe. Feel a nice big stretch through your chest. After a few breaths, go ahead and look forward. I have a chai cat here. We're going to make our way back up. Go ahead and bring those knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Chai, you're going to have to move, ma'am. This is not going to work for me. It's just not. I'm sorry. You have a towel there, or flick it. All right. So they were underneath of my arms. We're going to walk them just one handprint forward. We'll tuck those toes under on an inhale. Take a big, nice inhale here. And then exhale, we're going to lift our hips up and back for our downward facing dog. You can take your dog for a walk, bending one knee and then the other, feeling a nice big stretch through those calf muscles, or you can just be in stillness. Yogi's choice. Either way, we'll just breathe here. After a few breaths, go ahead and plant that left foot down. We're going to lift our right foot up, and we're going to keep it going up, and then let that right heel drop behind, so that way your right hip is really, really open. Try and keep the weight in between both palms. We're going to breathe here. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and bring it back to center with the leg up. And then we're going to bend that right knee in towards our chest as we shift forward, look forward. And then we're going to step that right foot in between our palms. Go ahead and lower onto that left knee. Toes can be tucked or untucked. Just coming into a nice low lunge here. So your right leg will be in a nice 90-degree angle. Keep your chest lifted up. You can come up a little bit. You can be on blocks, or you can have fingertips on the mat. Whatever feels good to you. Pull that right hip crease back, left hip crease forward. Breathe. And when you're ready, we're going to plant our right palm down. Go ahead and walk your left foot your right foot all the way to the edge of the mat. We're going to turn those right toes so they're off the mat, and then bring our right hand back on the opposite side of our right foot. Keep your chest nice and lifted. We're coming into a little bit of a lizard pose here. Breathe. When you're ready, we're going to walk that right leg back in line with everything. Go ahead and frame the foot. If your left toes are not tucked already, go ahead and tuck them. We'll lift the left knee up off the mat. Then we're going to step our right foot back to meet our left, coming back into our downward facing dog. Take a moment here to shake it out, to breathe. Move if you'd like. Walk your dog. Or just enjoy some stillness. When you're ready, we're going to plant that right foot down, lift your left leg up, and then we're going to keep it moving up until we drop our left foot behind us. So we're in this really open three-legged dog. Nice big hip opener, lots of hip openers today. One more big inhale. And then exhale, we'll return back to center and then bring that left knee in towards our chest. Look forward. We'll step that left foot in between our palms. Go ahead and lower onto that right side. Toes tucked or untucked. And we'll just set up in our nice little lunge on this side. So again, nice 90-degree angle with that front foot. Pull that left hip crease back. Right hip crease forward. Chest nice and lifted. Looking forward. You can use blocks here. You can come up a little bit and also support yourself on your thigh. Breathe. All right, let's move into our lizard. So we'll walk our left foot out to the edge of our mat. Go ahead and turn those toes off of it. We'll plant our left palm down by our left arch. Keep your chest nice and lifted. Breathe here. And after a few breaths, go ahead and we'll shift our hips back. Go ahead and bring your left knee to the mat. Maybe walk your knees up towards the front of your mat, and then we'll swing our legs around to one side and let them stretch out in front of us. We only have a couple more poses before we close out our practice, so we're going to keep on stretching the legs, and then we're going to work into a little bit of a back stretch. So we're going to start with the knees bent, and we're going to go into a forward fold. Now you can always use a bolster here or a pillow on top of your legs to bring your legs up to you. Otherwise, if you don't have those and straightening the legs is a little bit too much in your body, go ahead and leave them bent. That's perfectly fine. All right, on an inhale, let's stretch our arms up to the sky. And then exhale, go ahead and forward fold towards your feet. Now, if you can't grab your feet, that's okay. Maybe you grab the ankles, maybe you grab the backs of the thighs, maybe you grab the pant leg. Whatever you can grab it. And then if you'd like, you can start to straighten those legs, bringing your nose towards your knees. And we're just going to take a moment here to breathe, feeling that nice big stretch in our hamstrings. Again, if that is not for you, you can use a bolster here or a pillow just to bring everything up to you to make it a little bit more comfortable. Or if you don't have anything like that, just keep those knees bent. Let's take one more big inhale here. And exhale, you can roll it all the way back up. All right, let's go ahead and roll down onto our backs. I've got one final stretch for you today. So go ahead and bring your knee in towards your chest, your right knee. And when you're ready, we're going to cross that right leg over the left. Go ahead and extend your right hand out. You can look over at that right hand. Coming into a little supine twist here. And we're just going to breathe. You're going to feel this in your lower to mid back. After your next exhale, go ahead and return to center. We're going to swap feet, so we'll stretch our right leg out long and away. Go ahead and bring that left knee in towards your chest. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and cross the left knee over the right. Extend that left hand out. You can look over at that left hand. Breathe. From here, when you're ready, we'll return back to center. Extend that left leg out. Go ahead, snuggle those shoulder blades underneath your heart center. Let your arms take up space. Just entirely take up space. Take up all the space you want as we move into our final resting posture of Shavasana. If you'd like to use any props for your Shavasana, then you can grab them. Otherwise, all you need is just yourself. If it feels safe, you can close down the eyes or maybe just soften the gaze. I am going to go quiet for a moment just to allow you time and space in your Shavasana to kind of marinate on your practice. But know that I'm here, I am holding space for you, and I will come and get you when it's time. If you would like to stay in Shavasana, then stay as long as time allows. If you need to continue on with your evening or day, go ahead and start to slowly just deepen your breaths. Begin to wiggle fingers and toes, bringing some movement back into the body. When you feel ready, I invite you to place one foot on the mat and then the other, just keeping the knees bent for now. And from there, I invite you to go ahead and roll over to your favorite side and just come into a little fetal position. You can use your bottom arm as a pillow and just hang out there for a few breaths as you are reintegrating back into your surroundings. Finally, when you feel ready, go ahead and return to a nice, comfortable seat of your choice. Please bring your head and neck up last. If your eyes are still closed, or yeah, they're still closed at this point, go ahead and blink them open. They're probably not. Well, I want to thank you all so much for joining me for today's practice. For those of you on the live, thank you so much for joining me. I try and do this every week, so if you enjoyed this practice, you can follow me or subscribe or whatever it is on TikTok. I'm not really sure. I think it's following or friending. I don't know. Hit a button. That way it tells you when I'm live. But usually it's Wednesdays around this time in the afternoon. It does change slightly. And if you are on the live and you came in late, I do have a YouTube channel, Shine On Yoga LLC. The link for that is in my bio. So that houses all of the yoga practices that I have done online. They are completely free. So if this is something you enjoy, you can definitely check that out. I usually post this week's the following week, so that way it's a new one every week. Or if I can't, I try and say, hey, there's not going to be one next week, especially with the holidays coming up. It might get a little spotty here and there, but we're going to try and be consistent, because I know doing yoga helps so much with the holidays and all of the stress that incurs. But for those of you watching the replay on YouTube, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Know that there are people that were alongside you doing this, maybe not in real time, but they were still doing this practice with you. Again, if you like this practice, please subscribe to my channel on YouTube. You can share the videos out. I do everything 100% word of mouth. No ads, no anything. So I appreciate your help. I am going to sign off here. I am hearing some craziness in another room with these animals, so I'm going to see what they are doing because it's suspiciously empty in here. So I hope you guys have a great night and a good week, and I will see you next week. Namaste. What are you doing? You want to say goodbye? You want to say goodbye to everyone, Fritz? What were you in there doing? I could hear you. I could hear you. You're making all sorts of noise. Bye.